And hello and good afternoon. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Chuckey-Doak High School as we bid farewell to the winter woes and await the coming tides of spring, hopefully with a little bit of sunburn from this past weekend. Baseball season and the spring season in general is well upon us, and we say hello for the first time here on the Baseball Diamond from Afton, Tennessee. Chuckey-Doak South Greene as we kick off district play here in Greene County and in Greenville as a whole. Chuckey-Doak South Greene, a part of the District 1-2A, same district as they are in basketball, and the county foes will duke it out today. Both of these teams looking for their first win of the season which began last week. Chuckey-Doak, which fell 3 times in its opening week of play, twice against David Crockett, once against Pigeon Forge, the last time out over at Tusculum last Thursday by run rule. And South Greene with just a 1 game last Monday, a week from today. It was a 4-1 decision against the Hampton Bulldogs, who have a stellar young arm to lead that crew. But all can change in a moment, and as we begin district play, both these teams looking for win number 1. Alongside Tyler Nichols, Matthew Palazzo saying hello and good afternoon as we, get things started here on the Diamond. A Chamber of Commerce type day from Afton, 72 degrees and sunny, slightly windy as you can hear picking up on our microphones here at the field out in our location just past the left center field fence, but slightly windy, but otherwise near perfect. Blue crystalline sky draped ahead of us like just a painting. I mean, you couldn't draw up a better day to start this spring season and to start this district baseball schedule. Chuckey-Doak and South Greene. Tyler Nichols, how we feel as the Black Knights and the Rebels get ready to do battle here today.
Is this thing on?
It is.
It sounds like it is. Hey, basketball season's not over yet. We still got a big game tonight down in Knoxville. We've still got the Lady Huskies playing in Middle Tennessee on Thursday, but hey, I love baseball. I love spring the most. Spring, it gets warmer. It's my favorite time of the year for sports. You've got baseball, you've got soccer, the sport that I played. I like when the grass turns green. I love everything about spring. And hey, something I don't think you mentioned also, this is, I guess, the 5th year of this company's history. 4 years as Grassroots. And then this is Green Sports Zone, first baseball stream we've ever done.
That's right.
So last Thursday, we get a historic moment with lacrosse. Now we get another historic moment on back-to-back streams with our first baseball one.
Absolutely. Couldn't be more excited to bring you all the coverage. Chuckey-Doak and South Greene, opening pitch of the 2026 spring season, and we are underway. Bowers' first delivery, poked left side, fielded by the shortstop Lincoln Cutshaw, the throw across in time, and the first out on the first pitch. What a way to get started. Nothing and nothing here as we begin the top of the first inning. Let's tell you about that Chuckey-Doak starter on the mound for the Black Knights. It is a younger arm that we will see for Chuckey-Doak, as it is Caden Bowers, the sophomore. He's got 3 innings of work so far this season, has started 1 game, has thrown 69 pitches entering today, 6 hits allowed, 5 runs, all of which were earned, 3 strikeouts to 2 walks, as this one is poked into right field and reaching safely for the first time. The Rebels will get a man on board safely as Dawson Ripley lands aboard over at first base. So South Greene with their first hit of the ball game. It's Dawson Ripley after a Colton Fillers ground out to shortstop. Ripley pokes one into, shallow right field, we'll call it. So opening base hit of the day, and the knock has the Rebels with 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Bowers out of the stretch now, We'll give a glance back to first, deliver one fastball high, and jumping ahead in the count will be Charlie Lane for the South Greene Rebels. A lot of familiarity between these two teams, both back on the gridiron in the fall, back on the hardwood throughout the winter, but two teams that carry over a lot of those players that we've seen from sport to sport, as Lane sends one hugging the foul line out in right field. Coming in to grab it for Chuckey-Doak, it is Bowers. I'm all over the place. We did get incorrect lineups beforehand, so the lineups that we have on our paper are not correct. Lane singling out into right field, and it's 2 base hits for South Greene as we begin here top of the first inning. Still scoreless, but South Greene with runners on first and second. Bowers, who surrenders his second hit of the day, will now turn his attention to the cleanup man in Eli Fillers of South Greene. Fillers digs in now to face the 0-0 pitch by Bowers. Right down the pipe, strike number 1, and the sophomore jumps ahead 0-1 in the count. You see our new score bug debuting in the left-hand side. You got to give us some slack. I mean, as we start this spring season, a lot of newness for us, too, just like last week at lacrosse, still working out some kinks of our own here on the technical side of things with baseball season beginning. A check back after the ball thrown. The count tied up at 1-1 as Bowers toes the hill once more. Turns his attention right back to Eli Fillers. Fillers, another one of those guys, a basketball player that we just saw on the hardwood as we begin baseball season here on the second week of the year. Bowers leaves one hanging inside here as Fillers gives the look, and we'll jump ahead 2-1 now in the count. Bowers out of the stretch, looks back to second, kicks and delivers. This one upstairs on Fillers, sees it right by the ear hole, and it'll be a 3-1 count in favor of the junior Eli Fillers. And South Greene, potential damage here with runners on first and second. Fillers enjoying a 3-1 count lead. Here's the delivery by Bowers. It's upstairs, a throw back, a tag, and forgive me, it was that third ball that we just saw there. So now a 3-2 count for Eli Fillers. Forgot the strike earlier on. We're all over the place. All over the place here early on. You got to cut us some slack at one point. Still top of the first inning. At least wait to the home half. Bowers delivers upstairs, and it's a great at-bat by Eli Fillers as the junior trots over to first base, and the bases are loaded. One down here in the top of the first inning. South Greene threatening, and Coach Willett of the Chuckey-Doak Black Knights will step out and have a word with his sophomore arm who started the ball game. Interesting decision. We thought we were going to see Lincoln Cutshaw get the start for the Black Knights, but no, he starts the game at shortstop. We see the sophomore get the start on the hill instead, and already some unfortunate base hits, I guess you could say, Tyler, just part of the game sometimes where solid contact not necessarily made, but it just finds some green grass as it did on the first two hits of the evening with Dawson Ripley and Charlie Lane singles. And then Eli Fillers puts together a rather nice AB to load the bases now, top of the first deal with just one down.
Yeah, you got plenty of time to settle in right here also. It's the very beginning of the game. First innings are kind of shaky sometimes, so you still got the opportunity to settle in.
Bowers now back to the windup. We saw him groove to start things out of that windup, and right there gets back into the rhythm. A fastball down Broadway to jump ahead in the count 0-1. Caden Fillers, another familiar name from the hardwood now to the diamond, will step in for his first AB of the day. Sends one foul right side into the trees here at Chuckey-Doak High School. Just a beautiful day for some late afternoon, early evening baseball here from Chuckey-Doak High School. So Fillers now behind 0-2 in the count. Bowers back to the windup. Bases loaded with one out here in the top of the first inning. Bowers kicks and delivers. It's low and away as he shook off the first sign from the catcher, Cooper C. And he will head back to the hill. The count now at 1-2 strikes. Fillers digs back in from the right-hand side. Bowers, the 1-2. Excellent pitch. Struck him out looking. The breaking ball, which gives Bowers his first K of the day. One strikeout, one walk, and with two down, bases loaded, he'll have Zach Mason due up with two outs here, looking to get out of this bases loaded jam here near the end of the first. So Bowers looking to end our first side of the day as you hear the wind starting to pick up here, still early on. Bowers, a nice pitch there that paints the outside corner and puts the sophomore ahead 0-1 in the count. Zach Mason digs in with two outs. Two runners in scoring position for the Rebels. Bowers again, similar location, but this one called for a ball outside. Left it just a touch further away than that previous pitch, and the count's tied up at 1-1. Bowers out of the windup here. Mason swats one high in the sky center field. Don Matchison will come over to make the grab, and the inning is over. Bauer survives a scare, but despite getting the three runners on with one out, Rebels have nobody reach safely despite the two hits. They leave three runners on base, and we head to the bottom of the first, still tied at 0-0. Black Knights due up when we return. This is Greene County Baseball on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money. For over 30 years, Tommie's Plumbing has proudly served the Tri-Cities with a personal touch, because we're not just plumbers, we're family. From simple faucet repairs to full plumbing repiping, we have the experience and expertise to get the job done right. We also specialize in water heater and tankless water heater installations, helping you find the perfect solution for your home. Our technicians stand behind their work and always leave your space clean and spotless. Looking for a plumber who's fast, professional, and reliable? Call Tommie's Plumbing and let our family take care of yours.
Rebels threatened the top of the first inning, but ultimately Bowers of Chuckey-Doak able to slam the door despite the 2 hits and the 3 runners left on base. Chuckey-Doak able to get out of that jam after the mound visit by Coach Will. They go strikeout, fly out to center field, and down go the Rebels in the top half of the inning. Now we'll get to see the first of the Chuckey-Doak bats on the day as they will head out and they will face Colton Fillers of the South Greene Rebels. Colton, I was looking earlier today. I don't believe that he has factored in any games pitching. Granted, South Greene having played just the one game just yet this season. And we'll have to go find that game against Hampton, Tyler. But, hey, half inning under our belts, a little rusty, but despite the weather, otherwise a perfect day for baseball, or including the weather, I should say.
Yeah.
It's a perfect day for baseball here today.
Absolutely. A little shaky so far. New stream. Lacrosse was kind of that way the other night, too. Kind of working out the kinks, as you said, kind of figuring out a system, I guess you could say. It's tough whenever you've got 2 people doing the job. But, hey, we'll figure it out at some point.
We'll get to see the first of Colton Fillers. And my mistake, he did start that game last week against Hampton. He went 5 1/3 innings pitched, had 1 hit, surrendered 1 run, which was earned. 5 strikeouts, but the walks were the issue. 6 walks for Fillers last week. But Hampton really only put up the 1 run on the right-handed Fillers, as Chuckey-Doak will have the first man on the inning reach safely over at first. It's Kipton Ball, and we will see the next step in for Chuckey-Doak. And this is what we're saying, too. I mean, the lineups are all over the place. Cannot believe it's Bishop in the 2-hole for Chuckey-Doak here, as Bishop sends one foul right side. Or hey, it looked like it might have hit him, actually.
Yeah.
They hit him at Tyler in the elbow there in the Evo Shield. So Bishop reaches safely due to the hit-by pitch. So after a ball single into right field, a Bishop hit-by pitch, and the number 3-hole batter will step in, as that is Cooper C. for Chuckey-Doak. So nobody out, runners on first and second here for the Knights. Fillers looking to get back into it after surrendering a single and a hit-by pitch early on. 2 straight balls, and C jumps ahead 2-0 in the count from the right-hand side. He'll step back in. So a little shaky early on from Fillers. We saw him last week against Hampton struggle with those free passes. The one already here as he slides home and delivers the 2-0. It's lifted back behind home plate and out of play. And C will step in. They count now at 2-1. I'd love to give you defensive lineups for the Rebels. We were not privy to that beforehand. So we will, hopefully with another inning, be more accustomed to who's in what spot. A nice breaking ball there by Fillers, and a strike call that will tie the count up even at 2-2. C, the right-handed batter, Ben Palazzo, waits on deck in the cleanup spot. See what Fillers can do here. Big swing and a miss there, and he's got him out on strikes. Colton Fillers with his first punch out of the day, and it comes at an opportune time. So in will step Palazzo. Palazzo actually the team's leader in batting average entering the game today. was asking him about his walk-up earlier this weekend. I approve of it, by the way. I really like the walk-up song that he's got. And you will see strike one come across the knees. The 0-1 is dribbled foul off the shin of Palazzo, and he'll have to walk it off. Fillers will turn the attention back. Still a 0-0 ball game. Palazzo down 0-2 with one out, runners on first and second. Ball reached by the single to get it all started for Chuckey-Doak, and then Bishop followed with a hit by pitch. Fillers has rebounded nicely here, getting ahead in counts. No balls, 2 strikes. This one outside as the catcher slides to stop it up. That's Eli Fillers making the stop. We do have the defensive lineup here for the Rebels. We'll get it after this batter. A game changer is really, it's namesake. It is incredible. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fillers out of the stretch now. Runners at first and second. Come set, deliver. Palazzo swats one left side, gobbled up by the third baseman Rosario, who will step on the bag for out number 2. Palazzo reaches safely at first, so runners remain at first and second, but 2 outs now with Kipton ball in the dugout, and Fillers has rebounded nicely. He's recorded 2 quick outs for the South Greene Rebels, and they're 1 away from getting out of their own jam here in the home half. Defensively for the South Greene Rebels, from left to right in the outfield, we'll see Zach Mason, Charlie Lane, and Ty Ricker. T. Ricker. It's T. Ricker then. Okay. Thank you, Charlie. Middle infield, it'll be Dawson Ripley at short and Cameron Kinzer at second. At the corners, Pablo Rosario at the hot corner over at third, and Caden Fillers, your man, on first. Colton Fillers, of course, the starting arm today for the Rebels. And behind home plate, it is Eli Fillers. We seem to have a discussion behind home plate here between Coach Willett and Coach Ripley of South Greene. They will get together, and the conversation is over. I assume it was a lineup change, perhaps, for Chuckey-Doak, but it will be Randall Sauceman stepping in from the right-hand side for Chuckey-Doak here with 2 down and 2 runners on. The 0-0 swung on by Sauceman, fouled back against the black fabric on the backstop. A lot of facelifts made here at the ballpark at Chuckey-Doak High School this year. If you can see on that first and third dugout, the newly altered heights, I guess you could say, as they've cut it down nearly in half, really, when we were talking about it beforehand. A little bit more dangerous now, as this one is looked at by Sauceman, and the runners both will advance for Chuckey-Doak on the wild pitch. Palazzo scoots to second, and moving to third is Bishop. So the Black Knights will move 2 in scoring position. Sauceman with a chance to do a job here with 2 outs for the home team. New paint on the press box as well. I believe new stairs leading up to it as well, as Sauceman puts one into play left side, gobbled up by the shortstop Ripley. The throw across is mishandled by Fillers at first. 1 run will come in to score, another one will follow, and the Black Knights score first. They jump out to a 2-0 lead thanks to the South Greene error and the Randall Sauceman knock to the left side. So not at all how you draw it up if you're South Greene. A picture-perfect ground ball to the left side to Ripley. Just unfortunate there for South Greene, as the throw was a bit low for Fillers to scoop up. It looks like Coach Will going to throw in a pinch runner from the dugout as Randall Sauceman heads off the field. But how about that? Our first runs of the ball game come in the bottom of the first inning. The pinch runner in for the Black Knights will be Hudson Cox, the sophomore, as Colton Fillers, who started off a little shaky but bounced back rather nicely, is now giving up the first 2 of the baseball game. The next pitch looked at as the starting pitcher for Chuckey-Doak, Caden Bowers, the sophomore, steps in for the first time here today. The pinch runner Cox stands on second. Fillers delivers one outside, looked at by Bowers, who jumps ahead now 2-0 in the count. 2-0 inside on the belt of Bowers. And Ripley, Fillers will look to jump back in the count. Now trailing 3-0. This one, a strike at the knees. Center cut fastball as Fillers fights back. 3 balls, 1 strike, the new count. Your bottom of the first, runner on second for Chuckey-Doak. They've put up 2 on the throwing error for South Greene. Or they call it a fielding error by a first baseman officially. And that was a close one there. Bowers will trot over to first base as he draws the walk. And Chuckey-Doak now with 2 on. With 2 out in the bottom of the first inning, an inning which should have been over for South Greene without the fielding error for South Greene, which allowed 2 to come in to score. Bishop and Palazzo, which scored the first runs of the ball game to give Chuckey-Doak its now 2-0 lead. Another pinch runner in as Chuckey-Doak starting pitcher Bowers will trot off the field. Who's this speed racer on the first base bag over there for Chuckey-Doak? We'll find out soon enough. That kid was flying out there. Anyways, here we go. Lincoln Cutshaw will step in from the right side, see a ball 1 outside, and jump ahead in the count for Chuckey-Doak. Pinch running over at first base. It is Dylan Ellis, the freshman. Cutshaw ahead, 1-0. Cutshaw batting down at the 6 hole today, or rather at the 7 hole. You usually see him at the top of the lineup, but he'll see a second consecutive ball to jump way ahead in the count. Two balls, no strikes. Cutshaw watches one outside for a ball. Wind has died down just a little bit here at the tail end of this first inning.
Sun has not gone away one bit, though.
Absolutely not.
Wouldn't have it any other way right now, though.
Fillers come set. Center cut fastball, which Cutshaw looks at for strike number 1. Fillers now with his 20th pitch of the first inning. As we said, had that one textbook ground ball that would have gotten South Greene out of the inning. Cutshaw, a hefty cut there, which fouls the fastball back into the catcher's mitt, fills the count up 3-2. 2-0. Chuckey-Doak has taken an early lead. South Greene, a mistake that has prolonged the inning, but a chance here to limit the damage. Fillers delivers. Cutshaw sends it right side, foul play. And we'll do it again on the payoff pitch. Cox and Ellis return to their stations at second and first base. And Cutshaw will live to see one more. 3 balls, 2 strikes, a full count here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Sent up by Cutshaw here, drifting out to right field, and dropping the ball is Ricker out near the right field line. It is a foul ball, and Chuckey-Doak will stay out on the field as the runners go back to first and second. But another error there, which will prolong the inning from the right fielder, Ricker. Payoff pitch, again lifted up right side by Cutshaw, and this one likewise will be out of play. Such a hard field to judge those high-flying balls. Tyler, I remember playing here in the high school days. The trees, and usually where the sun begins to set, it's just so hard to find the ball through the trees, which loom so high just past the backstop, especially for center fielders and right fielders. It is really difficult as Cutshaw once again putting together quite the AB here, fouls another one back.
Running up that pitch count.
Absolutely. Fillers now at 25 in the inning, and that's what you want to do, facing an opposing team's ace. Already getting him into trouble early on. Just continue to run that count up. As Cutshaw will foul one back, Fillers with punch out number 2, and the inning is over. Despite the damage done by Chuckey-Doak, they will lead it 2-0 as we enter the second. A costly error by South Greene, and that's all she wrote. As we head to the second, Chuckey-Doak 2, South Greene nothing. This is the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
Project needs power. Williams Electric Supply has it all. Find us in Bristol, Greenville, Johnson City, and Kingsport. Our knowledgeable staff can help you with every wire, cable, switch, and electrical need. No one does electrical better. Williams Electric Supply. Your home needs lighting. Williams Electric Supply has it all. A showroom full of ideas for lighting your home for comfort. Find us in Bristol, Greenville, Johnson City, and Kingsport for unique lighting and every perfect light fixture. No one does lighting better. Williams Electric Supply.
Hello once again, and welcome back to Chuckey-Doak High School. A little bit of damage early on by the Chuckey-Doak Black Knights as Cutshaw did end the inning with that strikeout. But if you remember back to that fielder's choice from Palazzo that put 2 on for the Black Knights, they then had that error at first base, did South Greene, which allowed Chuckey-Doak to score the game's first 2 runs of the day. So 2 runs on 1 hit. They did leave 2 runners on thanks to the 1 South Greene error. They have taken a 2-0 lead. Actually, 2 South Greene errors. They had the fielding error out towards right field, which prolonged the inning on the drop by Ricker. And so here we go again. Bowers returns to the hump for Chuckey-Doak. That's Caden Bowers, the sophomore. In will step Darnell for South Greene, and he will look at the 0-1 outside, and that will tie us up 1-1 in the count. Christian Darnell, the 5'9" sophomore for the South Greene Rebels. Bottom of the order due up for South Greene, 7-8-9 as we begin the top of the second inning. Bowers out of the windup here. Will deliver home. Swatted on by Darnell, right side. Gloved by Cutshaw. The throw across in time for out number 1. Nicely done by Cutshaw, who's got his second assist of the day over at shortstop. And Chuckey-Doak, the nice out there to start the inning.
Just now finding out how hard it is to follow that ball across the infield.
Oh, it's
especially with the glare
increasingly
on a camera
difficult,
viewfinder.
yeah.
That's going to be something I'll have to work on this year.
Rosario steps in, the 0-0 upstairs for a ball, and Bowers will fall behind early in the count. Pablo Rosario, the center for the South Greene football team. Good to see him out here for a senior season of baseball on the diamond. Bowers kicks and delivers the 1-0. Big swing by Rosario. And that's the first strike of the count that ties us up 1-1. The 1-1 delivery by Bowers, left just high. A called ball to move the count in Rosario's favor. No runs on 2 hits, 1 error for the South Greene Rebels thus far. I'll say 2 errors. And then 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors for the Chuckey-Doak Black Knights so far. Bowers, the 2-1 pitch, again elevated. And Rosario will jump further ahead. Now 3 balls and 1 strike for Bauer of Chuckey-Doak, who does have the 1 free pass already. Big swing and a miss there by Rosario. Nice pitch there by Bowers. That'll fill the count up 3-2. Bowers back to the hill, out of the windup, working quickly. The payoff pitch, Rosario looks at it and will trot down the first base line after the walk. Second issued of the day for Bowers of Chuckey-Doak. And Rosario, the first man to reach safely here in the top of the second for the South Greene Rebels. So Cameron Kinzer steps in the 9-hole, and he's going to wear this one off the shoulder blade as Bowers let that one get away inside. And now South Greene will have runners on first and second with one out here in the top of the second inning. That one was fast. It was hard. It was worn quickly there by Kinzer, who labors on the way to first base but shakes it off shortly after. So the lineup turns over, and we'll see Colton Fillers for a second time. He grounded out to shortstop his first time up. The starting pitcher on the day for South Greene waves his hands at it left side. Kicked in ball, gloves it, looks at second, but will have to throw to first instead as nobody was covering the second base bag. And just like that, there's two down with runners on second and third for the South Greene Rebels. So a fielder's choice to the third baseman there by Fillers. And now we'll get to see Dawson Ripley a chance to do a job here with two men in scoring position. Bowers out of the stretch now. Sends one low and away. These two teams starting their district schedule here today. For Chuckey-Doak next week, there'll be a date with the West Greene Buffaloes and another county-county matchup after they finish up this week. Or, excuse me, for South Greene, that is. South Greene and West Greene on the diamond next week. For Chuckey-Doak next week, it'll be Johnson County, a home and home on Monday and Tuesday, March 16th and 17th. Here's Bowers, the kick-in delivery. This one left upstairs, and the count moves to 3-0. Runners on second and third. Bowers, who has hit one and walked one here in this inning, looking to avoid the damage. Low and inside here, and a called ball allows Ripley to prance over to first base. But a really close pitch there on the 3-0. So Charlie Lane will step in for a second time. A chance to do even more damage. Bases loaded for South Greene here in the top of the second inning with two outs. Bowers out of the windup. Delivers one inside, belt high on Lane. He looks at it for ball number one. Bowers up past 30 pitches now for the home team. He's walked three, has hit one other batter. Will wind up. The 1-0 pitch is letter high for a ball. And that's some consecutive balls there for Bowers as he looks to get back in the count. Lane digs back in. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And the first strike in quite some time for Bowers as he looks to get back in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bowers delivers. Swung on by Lane right through the gap right side, and it gets past the right fielder. 1 run comes in to score. A second one is on its way for South Greene. The Rebels take the lead at 3-2 on the triple by Charlie Lane. Just like that, South Greene on top by 1.
Wow.
Very costly.
Wow.
Play out in right field by Bishop of Chuckey-Doak. Just see it go under the glove. You see that play so many times. You just overrun the grounder out to right. And for South Greene, they take advantage. Another, I know it's not errors, Tyler, but another situation where we saw South Greene, which had that error that gave Chuckey-Doak its 2 runs, but they're in that sequence of events, the couple walks and the hit batsman, which prolongs the inning for Chuckey-Doak and allows South Greene to jump on top 3-2. Bowers, outside strike on the corner as the count moves 1-1. So a man over at third, it's Charlie Lane. He's the hero so far after giving South Greene the 3-2 lead. The play goes down as an error in right field, so I'm guessing that's a single with an error that advances him to third. Kick and deliver here by Bowers. Swung on and fouled back by Fillers off the overhead netting.
Baseball can be confusing when it comes to, I don't know how to describe it. Like, You end up on third, but it's a single.
Yeah.
That can be confusing at times.
The one thing, too, is the RBI, too. After an error, it always confuses me how many to award the player. But Charlie Lane, he's had himself a day. A couple of knocks already. Bowers, another strikeout, and the inning is over. Home half we go, but South Greene with some damage. 3 runs as they take a 1-run lead over their in-district rivals. We'll come back bottom of 2 when we return. Chuckey-Doak bats will come around. This is the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at gatewaynissangreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
Well, 3 runs on 1 hit. South Greene able to take a 3-2 lead as we head to the home half of the second inning. Again, for South Greene in the bottom of the first inning, it was the errors that produced the first 2 runs of the game for Chuckey-Doak. For Chuckey-Doak, it was an error of their own out in right field, which allowed South Greene to bring in the second and third runs of the ball game. Now, I'm pretty sure the hit by Charlie Lane out in right field, it would have scored 1 regardless, but it does allow runs 2 and 3 to come in and allows Lane to reach third base. South Greene does leave Lane stranded over at third base. But how about that? You said it first, Tyler, like what a change in momentum there as South Greene was staring down the barrel there. Fillers' pitch count getting run up, and as we speak there, Chuckey-Doak makes the mistake and allows South Greene a foot in the door, so to speak, here as we head to the bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, and it's something you didn't expect either, because I think at one point it was, 2 outs with 1 on base? And then I think consecutive walks lead to being bases loaded, and then a single gets hit into right field that you just can't corral, and it ends up clearing the bases. And that's just how baseball can change. You think you're out of it, but you're never really out of it. You don't know what that pitcher's going to do. You don't know when he's going to go into a slump, when he's going to develop the yips. And as a baseball player, you just got to keep fighting because it's never over until that third out gets put on the board. And that's the beautiful thing about baseball. There's no time clock. It's just until you get to 3 outs.
So Gavin Crum will lead things off for the Black Knights here in the bottom of the second inning. Crum batting out of the 8 hole. And again, I mean, you got a lot of power down there at the lower half. You got Cutshaw, Crum, and Atchison in the 7, 8, and 9 spots as Crum puts a swing on one to fall behind in the count 0-1. Colton Filler still out there for South Greene. 29 pitch first inning, but we saw Fillers, who started really shaky, end up coming back and record that second strikeout to end things for the Black Knights in the bottom of the first. But Fillers, despite the walks, despite the pitch count, you're still up by 1 as your offense really came to your back in that last half inning here, as the count will move to 1-1. Big cut here by Crum as he pulls his head out of it and falls behind 1-2.
He wanted that one to go over the left field fence.
Yeah. I wanted it to hit the 2 cars parked out here. Some idiots parked behind the left field fence. I'm not sure who they are, but somebody better tell them they need to move it.
We're just inviting them to hit one over.
I mean, we are. And shorter dimensions here at the park anyways. I mean, you really are just asking for it.
I'm not seeing too many hit over this fence, so.
Over left center?
Yeah, I've not been to too many Chuckey-Doak games in my 5 years, so.
Crum evades 1.
3-2.
And fills the count up 3-2. Honestly, to that point, I've probably seen more land down on the football field than I have right in between this section right behind the fence. Crum lifts one foul and stays alive in the count.
Charlie Lane, you make a better door than you do a window.
Yeah.
He's tough to see through from this angle.
He's helped us out a time or two today. We could ask him to help us out some too. He's budge over to the left here. Here's the Fillers out of the windup. An excellent pitch. And thought we might have had a punch out there. Fillers did too, but instead Crum will make his way over to first base, and the first man of the inning is aboard for the Chuckey-Doak Black Knights. I mean, that was a very close call there. And if I'm behind, I mean, obviously we're not behind home plate, but just from our vantage point, it looked like Fillers might have had a case there for his third strikeout of the day. But anyways, it's a walk by Crum. And the Black Knights have one man aboard as the 9-hole batter, Dom Atchison, steps in here. And a throw over to first. It's over the first baseman's head, and Crum will coast into second base. Another throwing error here by the Rebels. I guess their first of the day. And Chuckey-Doak has their first in scoring position here in the bottom of the second inning. Trailing by 1. Atchison digs back in. Still awaiting his first pitch seen. He'll square to bunt. Puts one down right in front of the pitcher's mound. Fielded by Fillers. The throw is in time, but that's just the small ball these Chuckey-Doak Black Knights have prided themselves in here in the short tenure of Coach Jacob Willa, and that's getting the bunt down. Less than 2 outs, a runner in scoring position, and just like that, Gavin Crum is 90 feet away from tying this ball game up at 3. So a sacrifice there by Atchison. Which advances Crum to third. Lineup turns over for Chuckey-Doak as Kipton ball. We'll see ball 1 in the dirt. Fillers out of the stretch. Ball sends one into left center field, and it'll be an RBI base knock for the sophomore Kipton ball as Chuckey-Doak ties us up 3 apiece. Second base hit of the day for Kipton Ball, and he's got his first run driven in. That's a job well done there with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. So Bishop now steps to the plate. 1 out for the Black Knights in the bottom of the second. Brand new ball game, tied at 3. Colton Fillers, the right-handed arm on the hill for South Greene. Inning and a third of work so far as Ball looks to steal second and slides in safely. And we'll rev the engine over at first. You got to love those new stolen base celebrations as Kipton Ball moves over to second. I believe he was downstairs there. So, yeah, ball 1 on Bishop. 1-0 is he will step back in. Ball going to look to steal third here. Sliding head first around the tag of Rosario, and he is called out. What a tag by Pablo Rosario, and a great job gunning him down from behind home plate for Eli Fillers. Kipton Ball, a little bit too much to chew off there. And South Greene wipes the man off the base paths with a caught stealing over at third base. Coach Willett will head out to home plate to plead his case with the home plate umpire. All tied up 3-3 here, and a brief visit between Coach Willett and the umpire. Good job there by Fillers on the throw down to third, though.
Two-0 count.
Is the Bishop up? Bishop's still up here. Here, just 1 second, Tyler. Yeah, the 2-0 pitch will finish outside for a ball. Now 3 balls and no strikes. The RBI base knock by Kipton Ball, which is delivered Chuckey-Doak its sole run of the inning. And a 4-pitch walk issued on Colin Bishop, and the Black Knights have one on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Cooper C. will dig in with a man on first after Bishop draws the walk. Struck out his first time up, did C. And another appeal over to first for Fillers. Both teams with 3 runs on 2 hits and an error apiece. But those errors, Tyler, I mean, we've talked about it being the real outcome of the game so far. Nice job reading the ball in the dirt there over at first. Mason Henderson, the pinch runner on for Chuckey-Doak. All tied up here in the bottom of the second. C digs in. The count at 1-0. C waves one right side. It's gloved by the shortstop Ripley. The throw across is mishandled at first. And C, one way or another, will drive in the 4th Chuckey-Doak run of the ball game as the Black Knights have scored their second and they have taken a 1-run lead. And again, we'll see how it's ruled. It looked very similar to that first error of the day on that Sauceman grounder to the left side. To the same player in Ripley, the throw a little lower but manageable over at first by Caden Fillers.
Rolled a double, I believe.
It's just not a double.
I don't know.
Palazzo going to sky one high and now to play back behind him.
Is he golf?
He does, yeah. He was on the golf team this fall. It has impacted the swing. But still, you lead the team in batting average. I say you make it a trip to Link Hills a week if that stays the course for the season. 0-1. Palazzo going to square one into center field. It falls and C is waved around at home. A play at the plate. The throw on time. He's out. What a cannon out in center field. Charlie Lane guns C down from all the way out in center field. And the score remains 4-3. What a play to end the inning. A knock by Palazzo, but C waved around. A collision at home plate is tagged out, and we will head to the 3rd inning of play. What a game we've got on our hands so far. Chuckey-Doak with 1 run and another South Greene error, but they do leave 1 man on, and he was tagged out at home plate. Due up for the South Greene Bats when we come back. Middle of the order, 5, 6, and 7. Fillers, Mason, and Darnell when we return. This is South Greene and Chuckey-Doak baseball on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest asset. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
And we welcome you back as we begin inning number 3 of play. New arm out on the bump for Chuckey-Doak as they will try it on the senior Gavin Crum, and a couple of defensive changes will be made for the Chuckey-Doak Black Knights. Everything in the infield seems to have been stayed put for now. Murray out in left field, Henderson out in right. A couple of defensive changes here for the Black Knights. 2 runs for Chuckey-Doak in the bottom of the second inning to take a 4-3 lead in this one. Another error over at first base by South Greene. At least we'll call it an error over at first, which prolonged the inning and allowed Chuckey-Doak to take a 4-3 lead. An RBI base knocked by Kipton Ball earlier in the inning. And if not for a rocket throw out in center field by Charlie Lane, we could have been seeing an even greater total for Chuckey-Doak as Crum elevates the fastball, induces a swing and a miss from South Greene's Caden Fillers. But a great throw by Lane. Tagging out C at the plate was Eli Fillers, and the inning was ended. And Gavin Crum getting his day started efficiently. 3 pitches, all 3 for a strike, and he'll have punch-out number 1 in relief for this Chuckey-Doak bullpen. Second strikeout of the day for Caden Fillers, and with 1 out, Zach Mason, who flew out his first time around, will step in for the first time against Crum. Ball 1 upstairs. As Crum out of the windup will fire in the 1-0. Right down the heart of the plate for strike 1. That'll time the count up at 1 apiece. Crum out of the windup. Now Atchison, unlike Lane, Tyler, much better window than a door.
I was thinking about that a few seconds ago. He's shaded more towards true center.
Swing and a miss here by Mason, and that will move the count to 2-2.
But you can't fault Charlie for where he was standing, though, because look what it did.
Yeah, just right
Clutch,
position
yeah.
at the right time.
Clutch third out there to end the inning. So, I mean, he may make a better door than a window, but he's a pretty darn good outfielder so far today.
Yeah. 1 down here after the Filler strikeout. Crum coming in to relieve Caden Bowers of his duty as we begin the 3rd inning. Out of the windup, Crum delivers. Swinging a foul back by Mason. We'll play on. Here's Crum with a 2-2. Watched by Mason outside, and we've got a full count. As Sauceman slid over to stop it up. Mason sends one left side, gloved by Ball. The throw across in time for out number 2. Ground out, and Ball, who has played an exceptional third base so far today, will have yet another assist over there on the hot corner. The 0-0 pitch upstairs for Darnell. Here's the 1-0. Darnell looks at it outside and moves ahead 2-0 in the count. 1 left for this Chuckey-Doak defense to get here in the top of the 3rd. Crum out of the windup. The 2-0 finishes knee high for a strike. And Gavin Crum, he has been efficient as ever in his relief thus far. Big swing and a miss there by Darnell. And the Knights are 1 strike away from exiting the half inning. Here's Crum looking to close the door. That's all she wrote. Another punch out for Gavin Crum. 2nd of the day, and it's quick and easy work for the Black Knights. No runs, no hits, nobody left on for the South Greene Rebels. We will move to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Chuckey-Doak leading South Greene 4-3 as we head to the home half. You're listening to Greene County Baseball on First Horizon, Greene Sports Zone.
In Greenville, we blend beauty with Southern charm.
From sharp cuts to flawless color and perfect extensions, we make dream hair real.
As milkshake experts, we deliver exclusive treatments, glosses, and pro product advice. Finish your look with nails and waxing done with care.
Relax and recharge with our signature Japanese head spa.
Come experience the Main Brand difference. At the Main Brand Hair Company,
we wrangle your tangles! At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now, get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value every day, Food City.
A 1-2-3 inning for Gavin Crum as he retires the side. 2 strikeouts in his first inning of relief. Through now 2.5 innings, we move to the bottom of the third. Chuckey-Doak leading South Greene 4-3. A lot of errors in the early portion of the game, but that was about the cleanest that you could have asked for if you're Chuckey-Doak and your bullpen effort to start. Gavin Crum, quick and easy as he tosses in those 2 strikeouts on just 15 pitches, getting through those 3 batters as well. 10 strikes. So you talk about efficiency. That was the MO for Gavin Crum there in the top of the third inning. But we'll move on, and first pitch, a high fly to the left side as Dawson Ripley will move over and retire out number 1 as Randall Sussman flies out to the right side as we begin the bottom of the third inning. A couple of defensive changes made for South Greene. Colton Filler's still out on the bump for the South Greene Rebels. There is a new shortstop in for South Greene. It's Zach Mason over there at short. Breaking ball first pitch is looked at by Braxton Lowe of Chuckey-Doak. Lowe, also a new insertion to this Chuckey-Doak lineup, batting in place of Bowers. Out in left field will go Dawson Ripley. The 1-0 pitch looked at by Lowe downstairs for the second ball in the at-bat. He jumps ahead now 2-0. Colton Fillers toes the rubber, kicks and delivers. Low and away on Braxton Lowe as it feels like we've had 2 seasons with Lowe, but we've just had him in every sport, and we have seen him play in every sport. So just thinking back to that fall season, it just seems like so long ago. And the freshman will draw the 4-pitch walk here, so a good AB, and Chuckey-Doak has the first man of the inning on. Sun starting to make its descent in the western sky here from Afton. A picturesque Chamber of Commerce type day. 72 degrees and sunny. Not a cloud in the sky. Just a tad windy, but even that has died down as of late. Woo! If you're looking for that high UV, you've certainly picked the right day to head out to the ballpark. Lowe gets to second base on the wild pitch by Fillers. And back in, leading in the count, Lincoln Cutshaw will step in once more. Very dangerous bottom of the order for this Chuckey-Doak lineup. Cutshaw, Crum, and Atchison, a murderer's row there at 7, 8, 9. Nice swing here. It hugs the left field line and then eventually called foul on the screamer by Lincoln Cutshaw. Ripley, who goes back to retrieve it, and Cutshaw will tie the count up 1-1. Fillers out of the stretch, quickly down the middle, swing and a miss by Cutshaw as Fillers knotted up the center cut fastball right past the bat. Man on second with 1 down here in the bottom of the third inning. Knights lead it by 1. Cutshaw watches it low. And that'll be ball 2. The count now tied up at 2 apiece. Colton Fillers up past 50 pitches now in his third inning of work. Cutshaw
up and
lifts
out.
one up and out of play. Talk about us in the danger zone out here in left field, Tyler. There's some cars parked behind that first base dugout who are very, very brave. I mean, just lines of cars there. Just ripe for a new window. Cutshaw sends one again, same spot down the right field side, the left field side rather. And another lengthy AB here by Cutshaw. They'll take a pause in play and send a bullpen catcher for Chuckey-Doak out to retrieve it down the left field fence. But here we go. 2-2 the count. Fillers sends one in. Cutshaw lifts one high, and it'll fall for a base hit. Lincoln Cutshaw, look what I found out in right center field. Pops one, not great contact off the bat, but again, we've seen it a time or two already today. This time, Lincoln Cutshaw, the beneficiary. The single out in shallow right center, and Chuckey-Doak with men on first and second now with just one out. Lowe even staying at second there, not realizing that it would take the fall. But Chuckey-Doak with its fourth base hit of the ball game. Gavin Crum will dig in. Here with one out and two men on. This one very nearly hits Crum, and the double steal is on for the Black Knights. They will grab both of them as Lowe scoots to third, Cutshaw to second, and the Black Knights now placing two in scoring position with just one out, and Gavin Crum leading in the count 1-0. So after the double steal, Crum digs in. The 1-0 pitch. And it's a pass ball. But Fillers will clean it up. Short backstop here at the park at Chuckey-Doak High School. So not a lot of harm done. Fillers delivers the 2-0 and called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike now on Lincoln Cutshaw. Crum pulls back, slashes one foul right side.
Nice PA job done up there.
David Brooks
yep.
up there in the Chuckey-Doak press box. Hope you're enjoying the change of pace. New spring season fully underway here. As Crum watches one belt high come across, and that will be ball 3. Greenville baseball starting on our Radio Greenville stations tomorrow as they get underway from Rutledge, Tennessee. Greenville and Granger on the radio side of things. I'll make the trip, give you the call over on 99.5 WGRV. And later this week on Friday, Chuckey-Doak North Greene softball will be our spotlight game of the week. Swing and a miss here by Crum. And that one will eventually fill the count up at 3-2. A marathon at bat here by Crum. Of course, Greenville basketball in the sectional over in Knoxville today. North Greene Lady Huskies back in Murfreesboro for a 7th straight year as Crum finds one high in the blue sky. Drifting out to make the grab, the second baseman Kinzer will put out number 2 away. And the Black Knights looking to avoid stranding 2 in scoring position here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So after the pop out by Crum, and that was a 3-0 count to begin with, Tyler. Crum, or a 2-0 count rather, but Fillers able to work all the way back in the count and record out number 2. Atchison will see
ball 1.
Ball 1 come across. Hard to kind of see the scoreboard here at the park. It's hard to see the numbers there, hard to see the umpire as well.
It's hard to see a lot.
Watches one across the numbers for the second ball.
Earlier I said I wouldn't complain about the sun, but I'm thinking about it.
It's one of those where you're driving in the car sometimes, and then you're driving probably like an hour and a half. You get out and you're sunburnt. I feel like we might have one of those on our hands today, because even though we're under the tent and it's later in the day, it's a lot cooler than it was earlier, we might leave this place burnt today, Tyler.
It's hard to see the scoreboard. It's hard to see the viewfinder because I get the reflection, and it's hard to know where the ball's going, so my camera works off.
You got the hat on, too. That's the thing, too, as well.
Yeah, I knew it was supposed to be a little windy today.
At least you're somewhat prepared as Afton draws the 4-pitch walk and will prance over to first base. Chuckey-Doak now with the bases loaded, perhaps the quietest job loading the bases we've seen all season long. And Chuckey-Doak will have Kipton Ball up for a third time. He's 2 for 2 today with a couple of excellent base hits and a run driven in his last time up. It will be a mound visit here with Coach Ripley and Mr. Colton Fillers. They're on the center bump for South Greene. You make a change here. You're facing this lineup for a third time, Tyler, and Colton's already seen Kipton twice. Ball already with 2 base hits on him. Is this where you make the change? Fillers is sitting at 67 pitches as well.
Probably. I mean, statistics always say the third time through a lineup is usually the batting order's best odds because, I mean, you've timed them up by then. You've seen them twice. I don't know if now's the right time. It looks like they're letting him stay, but you would think he's not going to stay much longer than this.
That's a surprise to me.
Maybe finish this inning.
Yeah. We'll see if Kipton Ball can make you pay here. The 0-0 looked at by Ball. He has just had an excellent day over at third defensively and also at the plate offensively. 2 for 2 with a ribby. And we'll send one into center field here. It will drop in for a base hit. Another run comes in for Chuckey-Doak. Lane will throw home, but it's too late. And Ball will waltz into second. Chuckey-Doak takes a 6-3 lead on Kipton Ball's 3 for 3 day. How about that? Kipton Ball, and hey, we said it. We might expect a change, but my goodness, what a job by Kipton Ball on the second pitch of the at-bat. Sends one into center field on a well-hit one. And Chuckey-Doak has 2 in scoring position. Ashton looking to score from third on the pass ball, but must have forgotten which ballpark he was playing in here. Chuckey-Doak, though, will do some damage. 2 runs on 2 hits. They do leave 1 runner on second, and that is Kipton Ball. But Chuckey-Doak will take a 3-run lead as they take a 6-3 advantage into the 4th inning of play. This is Chuckey-Doak and South Greene baseball on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
Whether you ride, haul, or work, CNC has what moves you from dirt roads to job sites. We've got the gear to get you there. Hard-working equipment, helpful people, and honest advice. Whether you haul tools, toys, or livestock, CNC Custom Trailers has the equipment you need and the upgrades you want. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor.
Well, it's been a pretty efficient day for this Chuckey-Doak offense thus far. 2 runs in each of the 3 innings played as they take a 6-3 lead over the South Greene Rebels. South Greene, meanwhile, has scored their 3 runs in the top half of the 2nd inning. But other than that, Chuckey-Doak has rebounded nicely. Gavin Crum looked stellar in his 3 relief outs last time out. And we will play on here as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Kipton Ball, a 3 for 3 day with 3 runs driven in for the home team. He's been the star so far for this Chuckey-Doak club. And Gavin Crum looking to close things out on the mound here with another quick 3 outs of work. Not like the game would be over, but just continue to work, in other words.
You would think he's going to be out there for a long time.
Crum sends one, center zone. It's lifted up left field and misplayed by the left fielder, Murray. Atchison will make his way over to grab it. I'm not sure if it hit the mitt out in left field. But either way, Pablo Rosario stands safely at first base for the South Greene Rebels. We'll see how that is ruled. It is a single for Pablo, so apparently it doesn't hit the glove of Murray out and left. The Rebels looking to climb out of this 3-run hole as we begin the top of the 4th inning. It's been a hot and cool day for this South Greene offense at times. Aided by the walks in that 2nd inning from Chuckey-Doak's starting pitcher.
Wild pitch. Pablo will not go.
I was really surprised to see Dom take off from third base.
But you said it. He must have forgot what ballpark he is in, because this might be the shortest backstop that I've seen.
It 100% is, and maybe, too, it was off to that left side, so maybe that had something to do with it. Might have seen it as just a little bit further out, but quick catcher like Eli Fillers of South Greene, that one is a pretty easy play to make there. I have seen it done, though. I have seen home plate stolen here at Chuckey-Doak High School. It's just very rare. Well,
like
on a pass ball. On a pass ball, yeah. I've also seen it stolen.
If you're a pitcher, you got to feel more comfortable pitching here, just because if you throw one a little off the mark, chances are they're not going to come in from third.
Well, yes and no, because I think the dimensions themselves are so much smaller than any other park. If you let one get out of hand and it's over the heart of the plate, you might be seeing a crooked number put up in one pitch.
Yeah, this park is a lefty's dream.
Yeah. Well, we did the math on it, too, for those listening at home, as Kinser lifts one right side, and Murray will come in to make the grab for out number 1. A little bit of redemption for him out in left field there. But we did the math back at HQ, back early basketball season, and my goodness, this is, needless to say, the shortest baseball field, dimensions-wise, in the county.
Right field for certain.
Right field and even left field, right? Nice piece out in deep center field as Fillers lifts one. Atchison will drift over and make the catch right in front of our location. And out number 2 is delivered. I'd like to see that 99
continue.
Oh, yeah. World Baseball Classic tonight. We'll see another 99 in action for Team USA. United States against Mexico, 8 o'clock Eastern. A foul back by Ripley on the first pitch that he sees. After a pair of flyouts, one to left, one to center, Dawson Ripley will step in for a third time. He has singled and walked here today.
You're really tapping into the baseball right now. World Baseball Classic, Greenville Baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Green Sports Zone broadcast.
And it's one of my favorite times of the year. I mean, it's a lot to pull from. I don't want to talk about college baseball because my LSU Fighting Tigers just lost a series to Sacramento State. But even most years, you know, college baseball, you're living the dream this part of the season.
I'm still in the thick of basketball, baby. We got a sub-state tonight. We got state tournament on Thursday. We got conference tournaments this week. Yeah. The bracket comes out
I'm
Sunday.
I'm locked into both. I'm truly locked into both.
I wish I could do that. I just can't. I'm one of those people that just I have to be tunnel visioned on one sport and one sport only.
I totally understand that.
I'm trying right now. My Texas Longhorns are number 1.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to kind of split it apart right there and keep up with them a lot, but I mean, it's a hard thing to do.
Crum delivers one, a swing and a miss, and Gavin Crum fans another punch out number 3 on his relief outing. And we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Chuckey-Doak still out in front, 6-3. You're listening to Greene County Baseball in the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
When it comes to healthcare, no one wants to feel rushed. At Abundant Healthcare Clinic in Greenville, we take the time to listen, explain, and truly care. We're a nonprofit clinic backed by 60 years of experience from Evergreen Life Services. From sports and routine physicals to common illnesses and minor injuries, we focus on you, not the clock. Call 423-278-2501 to schedule your appointment today. Abundant Healthcare Clinic. We take the time. Others don't.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
No runs despite the 1 hit, 1 runner left on base for South Greene in the top of the 4th inning, but Gavin Crum has faced 1 more than the minimum and has put up 2 straight zeros for this Chuckey-Doak defense, who has really rebounded quite nicely after taking that 6-3 lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Kipton Ball, the hero, with those 3 hits so far today, 3 runs driven in. We'll see what more this Chuckey-Doak offense can do as we head to the home half. Now officially halfway through this one, and South Greene will indeed reach the bullpen for the first time today. So Colton Fillers' day is done. He started in a little shaky spot, if you remember that first inning. The 2 runs come in on the error, though, and that's really been the thing. It's been the errors. Now on Game Changer, you see 4 earned runs against the line of Colton Fillers, but I'm not even sure that it's been 4. I'd venture to say probably 2. 3, or I think 3 earned runs is really what it should be for Fillers, and the 3 runs driven in off the bat of Kipton Ball, should be the only 3 earned on the day. But 4 runs, 4 hits allowed on his 3 innings of work, 2 strikeouts, but herein lies the issue, and it was the base on balls. It was 5 free passes issued by Caden Fillers, a outing removed from him walking 6 in that season opener, the loss against Hampton. But still, even going back to that game, you're accustomed to seeing a pitcher walk 5 or 6 batters and get into real trouble and have the cord pulled early on. But credit to Colton Fillers, who fights back and really does a good job at limiting the damage. Now, Chuckey-Doak does put up a couple crooked numbers in consecutive innings to take this 6-3 lead. But Colton Fillers, despite the walk, really had a better day than I think his line indicated. Dawson Ripley out of the windup here. He will be the first reliever used on the day for South Greene. A ball inside on Mason Henderson, as Henderson, the sophomore, will step in for the first time today. Swats 1 foul off the netting. Henderson batting in place of Colin Bishop. Started the game at the DH position, or in right field rather, and then Henderson, who moved over to right field as well. It was all out of sorts there to start the game.
We're all out of sorts just in everything.
In general.
Yeah, because
it will not be
people
like
have probably noticed by now. I don't know why we cannot connect to the.
Oh, here's a good swing by Henderson out in shallow center field. It'll fall for a base hit. And Mason Henderson, the leadoff man, reaches safely on his first plate appearance of the evening. That's one way to get the job done, and we've seen that a time or two. Doesn't necessarily matter how hard you put a charge into it. It's just where you hit it and where the defense is or isn't. And so far today, Chuckey-Doak especially, a couple base hits that have just found the green grass. Cooper C, a healthy cut to fall behind 0-1 on the miss. A pitch there by Dawson Ripley. C 0 for 2 today. A strikeout and reached via by error back in the second. Little Sky one right side here, moving over the right fielder. Can't get to it in time. That's T. Ricker, but no worries. As it fell, it was Henderson staying put over at first base. And Ricker, who corrals it, able to throw it over to second. A base running error of sorts for Chuckey-Doak there. So 2 base knocks in a row by Chuckey-Doak. And Ben Palazzo will dig in. Here are 2 outs, or 1 out, excuse me. Knights will dial up the steal. Cooper C. actually overruns the bag and hits the emote standing on second, but he was fortunate he didn't get tagged out there as he took a step or two past that second base bag. Here's Palazzo. The 1-0 pitch is waved at for strike 1. 1-1 the count. The Chuckey-Doak first baseman steps back in, scoops one left side, and there you see that Chuckey-Doak dugout. That's the downside of lowering the fence that much, is you had a whole
more dangerous
host of
now.
Guys ducking over there on that foul ball by Palazzo, who falls behind 1-2. Runner at second is Cooper C. Chuckey-Doak with 1 down in the bottom of the 4th. Palazzo wears one off the elbow here and will trot down the first base line, and we will see Palazzo reach by one way or another for the 3rd time today. Fielder's choice in a single now adds a hit by pitch to his line here today. And Chuckey-Doak now with runners on first and second with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Randall Sauceman will ding in for a 3rd time. He reached by error back in what was the game's initial run sequence with that error on the field over at first base. And right here he puts one down, and fielding it off the hill was Ripley. The throw was not in time for Sauceman, and he will reach safely over at first on the bunt single, I guess you could call it. We'll see how that's officially ruled. We've had a couple
such
of doozies.
A weird sport to rule.
I would say you had the chance
single.
to throw it over at first, but it's not like you made a mistake in doing it. And it wasn't a whole lot of hesitation there by Ripley. We'll see how that is. It is ruled a single then. Oh, what a hit here right up the middle by Braxton Lowe out into center field. 1 run will score for Chuckey-Doak. The throw by Charlie Lane. And Chuckey-Doak will take a 7-3 lead off the bat of the freshman in Braxton Lowe. So a couple of underclassmen coming through for the Chuckey-Doak Black Knights. And this has been a very, very productive inning for this Chuckey-Doak team. That their 4th base hit. You add in the hit by pitch. They've had very productive at-bats in all 5 of them here in this bottom of the 4th. But 1 out on the throw down to second base earlier in the inning. But the bases are stacked. Loaded and nowhere to put them. With 1 out here, Chuckey-Doak leading by 4. Lincoln Cutshaw, the man due up, a quick pick over to third as Ripley was looking to appeal for Palazzo down the third baseline. Excuse me. A lot of sickness lingering from the winter woes as well. Good swing on it by Cutshaw right up the middle. Squeaks out into center field. It will score Palazzo, and you can tack 1 more on to that Chuckey-Doak total. The 5th base hit of the inning, and it's an RBI base knock by Lincoln Cutshaw with 1 out. 8-3 Chuckey-Doak as they take a 5-run lead off the bat of Lincoln Cutshaw. After the RBI single by Braxton Lowe. An RBI base knock there by Cutshaw, and another potentially here, and it will be another base hit for Chuckey-Doak. Gavin Crum, another one of those unfortunate landing spots for South. If you're a South Greene fan, Crum places one just feet inside of the right field line, and another run will score, another RBI for this Chuckey-Doak offense, who take a 9-3 lead. Dom Atchison will step to the plate. Bases still loaded, with an arm warming in that South Greene bullpen. It is Tyler Davis, the sophomore, getting loose just past the first base dugout. Atchison out of the 9-hole as this Chuckey-Doak lineup rounds out for a third time.
I was thinking about it earlier. Didn't want to say it, but Charlie said it up here too. Now you're in the situation of a run rule.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to go 5, but if Dom sends a big blast over the wall right here, 3 more outs and the game's over. So if you're South Greene, you need something pretty big right here, such as a double play. It's in effect anywhere possible, but you need something big right here if you're the Rebels.
Another ball here on Atchison as he jumps ahead 2-1 in the count, and he will wear this one. Another hit by pitch, and this nightmare inning continues for South Greene. 2 hit by pitches and 5 singles for Chuckey-Doak. It has just been a very troublesome inning already, and Coach Ripley will make his second change of the evening. We'll take a break, tell you about the new South Greene pitcher when we come back. Chuckey-Doak leads it 10-3 over South Greene after the RBI hit by pitch with the bases loaded from Dom Atchison. You're listening to Greene County Baseball in the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week, presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money. For over 30 years, Tommie's Plumbing has proudly served the Tri-Cities with a personal touch, because we're not just plumbers, we're family. From simple faucet repairs to full plumbing repiping, we have the experience and expertise to get the job done right. We also specialize in water heater and tankless water heater installations, helping you find the perfect solution for your home. Our technicians stand behind their work and always leave your space clean and spotless. Looking for a plumber who's fast, professional, and reliable? Call Tommie's Plumbing and let our family take care of yours.
Project needs power. Williams Electric Supply has it all. Find us in Bristol, Greenville, Johnson City, and Kingsport. Our knowledgeable staff can help you with every wire, cable, switch, and electrical need. No one does electrical better. Williams Electric Supply. Your home needs lighting. Williams Electric Supply has it all. A showroom full of ideas for lighting your home for comfort. Find us in Bristol, Greenville, Johnson City, and Kingsport for unique lighting and every perfect light fixture. No one does lighting better. Williams Electric Supply.
Hello and welcome back to Chuckey-Doak High School. This inning that has just been prolonged time after time by South Greene continues, and we will have a change at pitcher as the Rebels will trot on Cameron Kinzer as their third arm use of the day. Kipton Ball will send one screaming down the left side for his 4th base hit of the day, and an RBI base knock. The Knights put one more on the scoreboard, 11-3 off the bat of Kipton Ball. Take a bow. That kid has had himself a day with his 4th base hit and his 4th RBI. The 6th single of the inning for Chuckey-Doak. The 7th, excuse me. They've had a couple that have left you scratching your head, but officially 6 singles for Chuckey-Doak here in the bottom of the 4th as things have gone from bad to worse for South Greene.
Putting the phrase small ball you to death to good use.
It's been death by 1,000 paper cuts, really. The bunt single by Sauceman. Had a couple of bloop singles in the outfield by Cutshaw and Crum as well. Just very unfortunate spots if you're the South Greene defense. And very, very few times do we see that ball over on right field land in fair territory, but we've seen it happen 3 times here today here at this ballpark. Looping breaking ball is watched by Henderson for ball number 3, and he will jump ahead in the count. Afton had the RBI hit by pitch earlier in the inning, and now it'll be Mason Henderson with the bases loaded walk, which will drive in another run for Chuckey-Doak. Just a brutal stretch here by South Greene. Kinser still looking for his first strike of his appearance. Cooper C. will dig in for a 4th at-bat. He singled his last time around. We'll wave at one on the outside part of the plate. First strike 1. That'll tie us up 1 apiece.
Who led off this inning?
It was Cooper. Cooper led us off with a single, yeah. So we have officially batted around.
I was thinking so because we haven't had an extra base hit. We've had 6 runs, and there's 3 on base.
2 walks, or I guess 2 hit-by pitches and a walk. The South Greene pitching staff as well. Kinser sends one eye level as C bails out. Should be an excellent year. A lot of these kids, and you can read it across the box scores at all levels early in the season. Pitchers are going to struggle throwing strikes, especially as the colder weather still lingers around. I know that's not necessarily an issue here today, but pitching is one of those things that take the longest to develop. And really in the early season when you're dealing with that cold weather, it's not necessarily fun to swing a bat and hit a baseball in 50-degree weather, but still it takes so much longer for those arms to continue to just warm up and for you to find your groove at times as another bases-loaded walk is drawn here by this Chuckey-Doak offense. The 2nd in a row, and Ben Palazzo will be due up for a 4th time. He's reached every time so far today. Hit by pitch his last time around. He's got a chance to do some damage here. Chuckey-Doak leads it 13-3. Ball 1 across on the Black Knight first baseman.
Might add run rule is in effect now.
Yeah, that total, which has just hit 10. As Charlie Lane informed us earlier in the inning.
Oh, 1-1.
Palazzo back in, a 1-1 count. Kinser out of the windup. Inside on Palazzo, and I guess you got to give him one every now and then.
Or 2.
Yeah. 1-2 the count on Palazzo. Kinser out of the windup. He'll golf one to the left side. It's through the gap and out in left field. Another run will score for Chuckey-Doak as Ben Palazzo puts the 14th run of the day on the board for Chuckey-Doak. RBI base knock for the 8th base hit of the inning.
And we are still only at 1 out.
And even that out, it wasn't even on the...
It was just a base running error.
Yeah, it wasn't even on the play itself. It was a base running error by Chuckey-Doak. Another change is being made for South Greene. We'll go to break once more. Chuckey-Doak continues to pile it on, currently in an 8-run inning as they take a 14-3 lead over South Greene. This is the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at gatewaynissangreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest assets. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
Well, a new change in effect for South Greene as they will reach the bullpen for a third time today. It was fillers that started things. You had Dawson Ripley come in for a third. Kinzer came in. He faced 4 batters, did not record an out, did surrender the 1 run on the 2 hits and walking 2, but an 8-run half inning for Chuckey-Doak. This inning started as a 6-3 Chuckey-Doak lead, and they currently hold a 14-3 lead over the South Greene Rebels, which would constitute as a run rule if this Black Knight defense was to go out on the other side of things and record 3 outs and still be leading by 10. But no extra base hits either, as we were talking throughout the break, as a swing and a miss here by Randall Sauceman. We'll tie the count up at 1-1. Very rarely do you see a game, a 14-3 game, no less, have no extra base hits.
No, none at all
in the contest. But yet, here we are, still in early March on a picturesque day, and that might very well be our fate. Couple of pitching changes in for South Greene. The newest arm on the bump for the Rebels will be Maddox Brown, the 6'1 senior right-hand reliever. Sauceman leading 2-1 in the count, nearly wears it off the helmet. And will step back in, enjoying a 3-1 count lead.
You moving out of the way right there, you're taking it. They gave you the helmet for a reason.
They did. Depends on who's throwing. Sauceman lifts it left side, drifting over the shortstop to make the grab. Colton Fillers. And that is the first out recorded since Mason Henderson was caught on his way to second base back at the start of the bottom of the 4th. That was 9 runs ago for Chuckey-Doak. You go through the box score, the play-by-play, I mean, you got to scroll for miles to get to the start of this inning to find that first out as well. It has just been a couple of very unfortunate circumstances for South Greene. Chuckey-Doak obviously having batted around already. We'll see Braxton Lowe. What a gamer, this freshman. He's a special talent and will be for years to come here in Lower Afton. He drove in a run on the RBI base knock his last time up. Drew a walk his first time to the plate. And 2 runs scored on his day so far. Excuse me. This one rolled over on by Lowe, sent left side. Rosario, the throw across, will not be in time, and another run comes in for Chuckey-Doak. Cooper C. was very slow getting around third base, but eventually will score, and that'll be an infield single, which drives in 2 for the Chuckey-Doak Black Knights. What a day for the underclassmen here for Chuckey-Doak. First, you've got Kipton Ball, who's got a 4-for-4 day brewing. And you've got Braxton Lowe, who off the bench goes 2 for 2. Couple of runs scored, a walk drawn, and a trio of runs driven in. It's a good day at the office for this freshman and sophomore class.
How long has it been since we didn't have the bases loaded? It feels odd to see a base empty now.
It would have been... Well, we would have batted around since then. Since we had that bunt single by
Atchison?
By Sauceman the first time around. Or by yeah, the bunt single by Sauceman. So we've already batted around since the last time we haven't had the bases loaded. Here's Cutshaw for his 4th time. Singled his last time up, an RBI base knock here in this current inning. Chuckey-Doak has scored 10 here in the bottom of the 4th. All Black Knights as they have poured it on. And let's just say it was sorely needed after being shut out and no hit this past Thursday at Pioneer Park against the Pigeon Forge Tigers. Up and away, and another walk drawn here by this Chuckey-Doak offense. The third walk issued by South Greene pitching, and the 5th free pass if you add in the hit batsman. It's one of those innings that seem like they never end. You never like to be a part of those as a defense, but yet again, it's just this sport that we play.
We'll say since the sun has gone down, it's been easier to track the ball when it's hit into play now.
Feels a lot cooler, too. Feels a lot better. But, I mean, we were at Camp Creek last week for South Greene lacrosse, and, I mean, you get here,
chilly,
you're sweating, and then you leave, and you are shivering, and you're needing to put on a coat. Like, that just goes to show you how bipolar this weather can be in early March. 2-0 the count lead for Gavin Crum. He'll wave at 1. First strike of the at-bat. Crum's had himself a day as well. Officially 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored, a run driven in. And on the mound, he has been just what the doctor ordered. 2 innings of runless, hitless baseball with a trio of punch-outs. Strike 2 comes across the plate to tie us up even. Chuckey-Doak in the midst of this 10-run explosion of an inning. They lead at 16-3 over South Greene. With the run rule in effect, that defense, which needs just 3 outs to head home for the night. Crum nearly wears it off the shoulder here. And that'll fill the count up 3-2. Another position where you could see another bases loaded walk. We've seen 2 bases loaded walks already and a bases loaded hit by pitch, which all 3 drove in a run. Crum will sky one right side. It's out of play. And nearly hits the black Ford F-150 driving behind the first base dugout. And again, you just commend those brave souls who chose to park out there. We've had a couple foul balls, not as much as we have seen on its worst day here at the park, but brave souls, to say
Welcome
the
to high
least.
school baseball.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like that about everywhere in the county. North Greene may be the exception.
Swing and a foul back by Crum as he will stay alive in the count. 3-2 as Maddox Brown has come in as recorded an out of relief for the South Greene Rebels. And he's looking to get them out of this nightmarish fourth inning. The payoff pitch by Brown, swung on by Crum, driven up the middle, and another run will come in to score for Chuckey-Doak. Palazzo comes in standing up. Crum will overrun first base. He didn't know that there was a guy on second, and we've got ourselves a pickle here. Crum going to race back to first, evade the tag, push the first baseman out of the way, and obstruction or just an out is called. But the damage is done. Crum called out after the RBI base knock, and the inning, which spanned nearly twice through the lineup, is finally over for the South Greene Rebels, and it culminates in an RBI base knock from Gavin Crum. 11 runs for the Black Knights in the bottom of the fourth. They lead it 17-3 as we head to the fifth. Run rule in effect, 3 outs left to get for Chuckey-Doak if they hope to end things when we return. This is Greene County Baseball on First Horizon, Green Sports Zone.
In Greenville, we blend beauty with Southern charm.
From sharp cuts to flawless color and perfect extensions, we make dream hair real.
As milkshake experts, we deliver exclusive treatments, glosses, and pro product advice. Finish your look with nails and waxing done with care.
Relax and recharge with our signature Japanese head spa.
Come experience the Main Brand difference.
At the Main Brand Hair Company,
We wrangle your tangles.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value every day, Food City.
And we say hello once more from Chuckey-Doak High School, an offensive explosion of sorts and a defensive collapse for the South Greene Rebels. They are in that bottom of the fourth inning. Tentatively, and I say that unofficially because we've got 3 different discrepancies in the scorebook, but it should be, the way I have it, 17-3, Chuckey-Doak leading South Greene. The scoreboard here at the park has 18-3. And Game Changer has 16-3. So let's meet in the middle. Let's call it 17-3. I'm right. Everybody else is wrong. Finally, we head to the fifth inning, the bottom of the fourth, which spanned our, let's just say, 30 minutes. Chuckey-Doak with 10 base hits in the inning, and they drew 3 walks as well as 2 hit batsmen in that inning. It was just a very unfortunate couple of sequences there for South Greene, a couple of bases loaded walks, bases loaded hit by pitch, and then an RBI base knock, which ultimately ended things. And really, you had 3 outs in the inning. Just one was a put out, a traditional put out, and that was that fly out to shallow center field by Sauceman. But then you had the Henderson base running error. He ran into the tag. And then you had Crum with another base running error, to end the inning as well. So Chuckey-Doak certainly aiding the cause there for South Greene, who desperately needed it. Ball put in play left side, poked at by Lane. He'll beat the throw out first base. And South Greene, at long last, with their first hit in over 2 innings. Desperately needed for the Rebels there. And Charlie Lane has had himself a 3-for-3 day. And with 1 out, a man on first, or nobody out, a man on first. Eli Fillers will step in and see strike number 1. Fielders who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk so far today. An appeal over at first. New arm, by the way, is on the mound for Chuckey-Doak. It is Gavin Murray, the senior, who started the game in left field for the Black Knights. The run rule is in effect for those keeping score back at home. And Game Changer has updated. It is 18-3 on the app. I never saw that second run come in.
Who beat the throw out at first?
Charlie? In this half inning?
Last half inning. Did you get both runs scored on that play?
Maybe not.
I saw 2 come across.
Okay,
I was
so
also
that was the
confused.
play where 2
Yes.
came across. Okay.
I was
so
also
Ben
very
scores,
confused.
Okay. So Ben scores on the RBI base hit by Crum. But before that, Lowe scored. Yeah, okay, so Lowe scored on that same play. Lowe scored, and then Ben scored. Or here, I mean, they have Lowe scoring after Ben here. So they did say a second run came in after Palazzo scored. Good pitch and a punch out here by Gavin Murray. That's something we'll have to ask about afterwards, but as of now, we'll go for 12 runs and an 18-3 lead for Chuckey-Doak. I just never seen Braxton come across. But heads up base running by the freshman, I guess, as Murray sends one low. Great day for some baseball here at the ballpark. Temperature starting to plummet just a bit, upper 60 still. Not a cloud in sight here today. A little windy early on, but that wind has certainly died down here as of late. One out, runner on second for the South Greene Rebels, Gavin Murray in relief for the Chuckey-Doak Black Knights. Both these teams coming in winless today, combined 0-4 record. But one of these teams we're going to leave with their first win of the season. And Chuckey-Doak has certainly gotten the job done. A swing and a miss, and the second punch out of the day for Gavin Murray. And the Black Knights are 1 out away from doing just that and walking out of here with their first win of the season. These two teams will play again tomorrow at South Greene High School as they complete the home-and-home series for the district slate to start the week. Later this week, Chuckey-Doak in action at Gatlinburg-Pittman. At home on Friday against University. That game against GP is on Thursday, by the way. And then they will complete the week on Saturday against Cott County. So 5 games in the span of 6 days. For South Greene coming up, again, Chuckey-Doak tomorrow, Tuesday. This coming Thursday, they'll be in action at home as they open up this 3-game homestand tomorrow. Cott County on Thursday and Claiborne at home on Friday to complete the week. Rebels would be 0-2 following today. And tomorrow they'll be looking for their first district win and first win overall on the season. First-year head coach Ripley. Is it Jason Ripley, Tyler? Coach Jason Ripley looking for his first head coaching win tomorrow as well. After falling here to the Chuckey-Doak Black Knights, a cataclysmic bottom of the 4th inning. It really made it near impossible to climb out of for South Greene. 18-3, a 15-point run differential. I said point. Still
See, you're still stuck on basketball. Yep.
Terms. And it looks like we got a balk here from Murray, which will send Charlie Lane from second to third. Coach Willett will come out and have a word with the official. Again, tonight, basketball season still in its waning stages. Greenville boys making the trip to Knoxville to face off against Fulton in the boys sectional. Coverage on 99.5 WGRV.
We may finish
and
up just in time for that.
103.1 WIKQ. For those wanting to tune in to some sectional basketball action, Brian Staten gives you the call on our Radio Greenville stations. Tomorrow, Greenville baseball from Rutledge, Tennessee, as Greenville starts their district season tonight against the Granger Grizzlies. That one's starting up in a couple of minutes over from Dale Alexander Field.
JV winning on a walk-off, I believe, so already some excitement down there at the Dale.
Fireworks. Swing and a miss here by Mason. And that's all she wrote. A punch out by Gavin Murray. And it's a run rule win for Chuckey-Doak in its first district game of the season. 18-3. The Black Knights use a 12-run fourth inning to just take the lid off of it. And they don't look back. They get it by 15 runs as we open up the district schedule. Chuckey-Doak with their first win of the season. They are now 1-3. South Greene will fall to 0-2. These two teams will face off again tomorrow at 5 o'clock from South Greene High School. Efficient day for the Chuckey-Doak offense, who puts up 18 runs without an extra base hit. South Greene, which expends 5 arms today, will have to reach into the bag tomorrow, but will surely need some better answers than they got today. 4 arms, expended by South Greene here today. An efficient offense and defensive effort today for Chuckey-Doak. We'll tell you all about it after this short break. But until then, Chuckey-Doak victorious 18-3. Our postgame report comes our way right after this from Afton as Chuckey-Doak reigns victorious in the district opener. This has been the Bachman Bernard Game of the Week presented by Tommie's Plumbing.
Whether you ride, haul, or work, CNC has what moves you from dirt roads to job sites. We've got the gear to get you there. Hardworking equipment, helpful people, and honest advice. Whether you haul tools, toys, or livestock, CNC Custom Trailers has the equipment you need and the upgrades you want. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor.
When it comes to healthcare, no one wants to feel rushed. At Abundant Healthcare Clinic in Greenville, we take the time to listen, explain, and truly care. We're a nonprofit clinic backed by 60 years of experience from Evergreen Life Services. From sports and routine physicals to common illnesses and minor injuries, we focus on you, not the clock. Call 423-278-2501 to schedule your appointment today. Abundant Healthcare Clinic. We take the time. Others don't.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
Hello and welcome back from Chuckey-Doak High School, where Chuckey-Doak earns its first district win and its first win in general on the season as they dismantle the South Greene Rebels 18-3 here on a Monday night as they start the district season off right. Chuckey-Doak a 12-run fourth inning to propel the Black Knights to this 15-run advantage and ultimately the final outcome as they allow just 3 hits as a pitching staff as well and hold the South Greene Rebels to 3 runs. Let's take you through it, though. The first inning, it was a 2-spot by Chuckey-Doak, which opened up the floodgates on that South Greene error. If you do remember, South Greene would respond in the top of the second thanks to the Chuckey-Doak error, but Chuckey-Doak would answer with, well, the game's remaining 16 runs as they would defeat the South Greene Rebels 18-3. A couple of big-time performers today. How could you not start other than Kipton Ball offensively for Chuckey-Doak? 4 for 4 day at the plate with 4 runs batted in and a run scored as well. You also had a multi-hit day from Braxton Lowe, Lincoln Cutshaw, and Gavin Crum. Braxton Lowe, who goes 2 for 2 with 3 runs driven in and 3 runs scored, also drew a walk. Lincoln Cutshaw, who goes 2 for 3 at the plate with 2 runs scored, a run driven in, a walk, as well as Gavin Crum, who goes 2 for 3 with 3 runs driven in and 2 runs scored. There's a lot of that and in a hurry for Chuckey-Doak, especially in that 4th inning where things just really continue to snowball for this Chuckey-Doak team. But on the pitching side of things, they were really good as well. Starting the game, it was the sophomore Caden Bowers, and Bowers goes 2 innings pitched. He scores the 3 runs, or allows the 3 runs rather, gives up the 2 hits, strikes out 2, walks 3, and Gavin Crum, who is the winning pitcher of record, comes in to relieve Bowers, and he was nearly flawless. 2 innings, did surrender just to 1 hit, but struck out 3 batters. Gavin Murray would come in for that final inning of relief for the Chuckey-Doak staff. An inning of work, no runs, no hits, 3 strikeouts. As you take a look at the pitch count as well, I mean, Crum, who finishes just at 31, Bowers at 40, Murray can pitch tomorrow. He pitched just 14 pitches today, but just efficient. I think that was really the main theme of the day for Chuckey-Doak pitching. It was efficiency, as they needed just, 85 pitches to get through their 5 innings of work here today. Offensively for the South Greene Rebels, just 3 hits today, but Charlie Lane had 2 of them officially. I had him down for 3, but Lane 2 for 3 with a couple of knocks here this evening. You also had a 1 for 2 day for Dawson Ripley, who scores and also walks. You had another walk by Eli Fillers, and you had another walk by Pablo Rosario. Runs scored by Rosario, Kinzer, and Ripley here today. On the pitching side of things, Colton Fillers started. He was shaky here and there, but goes 3 innings on 69 pitches. Does allow 4 hits, 4 runs, all of which were earned, 2 strikeouts, and 5 walks. Other than that, it was Drew Ripley who comes in, does face 10 batters, records just 1 out, and that was where things really got out of hand for the South Greene pitching, as he allows 9 runs, 7 of which were earned, 6 hits allowed for Ripley. For Kinzer, who comes in, did not record any outs. It was 2 hits allowed, 4 runs, all of which were earned, and 2 walks. And for Maddox Brown, 2 outs that you needed to get out of that catastrophic inning, as he allows 2 hits, 1 earned run, and 1 walk as well. But an explosion in that 4th inning for Chuckey-Doak. Tyler Nichols rejoins us to kind of unpack this matchup. And again, Tyler, it's one of those games where if you're Chuckey-Doak, no extra base hits, but you win by 15. You got the job done. You worked a couple of good ABs, and you really took advantage of those South Greene mistakes as you got a big win today for the first time this season.
Yeah, win number 1, also district win number 1, and you need that too, beating the big county rival in South Greene, small balling the heck out of it. And sometimes that's what you got to do to win a game. In high school, you don't have the heavy hitters in lower divisions and classifications like 1A and 2A, so you got a small ball at the death, and to be able to win without no extra base hits is weird, but it's also encouraging knowing that you can just bat around singles all day and get runners across. Just got to clean up some mistakes. I know you had some. You had that base running blunder there in the explosion there in the 4th inning. Clean that up. Dom races towards home plate there, not realizing how shallow the backstop was. So just clean up some of those mistakes and get the bats going. And the way they played today, you keep that going into tomorrow, it should be another easy day out there on the hill.
14 hits, all singles today for Chuckey-Doak. Combine that with 8 walks drawn in 5 innings and 3 hit by pitches. It's a pretty good day at the office, if you ask me. 18 runs for Chuckey-Doak offense, who, like Tyler mentioned, back out there tomorrow against this same South Greene team, this Rebel team, who will be looking for its first win of the season after falling to 0-2 today. For Chuckey-Doak later this week on Thursday, it will be at Gatlinburg-Pittman before returning Friday at home against University. They'll be on the road Saturday against Cott County on the road. For South Greene, again, a 4-game homestand, but 3 this week, as it will open up tomorrow against Chuckey-Doak, Cott County on Thursday, Claiborne at home on Friday, and then they will open up at home the week following, a week from today, against the West Greene Buffaloes. That is your final. It's Chuckey-Doak 18, South Greene 3, as Chuckey-Doak puts that 12-run fourth inning together behind 14 hits and 8 walks drawn. A lot of offense in a hurry, and behind a stellar pitching day as well. Headlined by Gavin Crum, offensively headlined by Kipton Ball, able to get the job done here today. A couple of other score updates, Tyler, that you could give to us before we leave everybody off. I know that West Greene game had just finished up. I know Greenville had just started. They had their first pitch at 7 here tonight. No update in that North Greene game either, but really just that West Greene game that should have some impact, I guess, on the district, and I think a couple other in-district play as well that you had some updates on.
Yeah, it's weird that district play starts this early into the season. Chuckey-Doak winning 18-3 over South Greene. Unicoi County winning 14-1 over West Greene. And as of right now, top of the 5th inning, Johnson County leading Happy Valley 3-1 with 2 on second and third with 2 outs. So Johnson County winning at the moment, Unicoi County winning, and Chuckey-Doak winning. That's how we've started out conference play so far this year tonight.
Greenville boys basketball in action in their sectional tonight at 7 o'clock. That game has tipped off from Fulton High School. You can catch that game over on 99.5 WGRV and 103.1 FM WIKQ. Tomorrow, Greenville baseball as we start their radio coverage this season, as they will be on the road at Granger High School. We'll give you the call of that one over on 99.5 FM WGRV. Coverage begins at 6:45. Good crew on hand here today. Jimmy Bowman got some great video. Tyler Nichols producing and writing this one up, and camera operating. He's a busy man today. Hey, listen, we're all shaky. I always shaky to begin things. We're getting used to this new system. A new spring season is upon us. Plenty of hope for what should be a terrific season of baseball, softball, lacrosse, and a couple other ones as well as we open up this spring fling coverage. So it was a fun one today. Tyler Nichols, our color analyst as well, though. I'm Matthew Palazzo saying so long, good night, and God bless from Afton.